Hello and welcome to Rocking at the Movies. My name is Comley-White, and today we have a very special guest, someone who actually does not need an introduction, but I'll do so anyway. An Academy nominee for his role in Runaway Train, a three-time Golden Globe nominee as well, and he also trained Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu, if I'm correct, and he is an individual who's been in the movie industry for quite some time with an extensive, impressive resume of over 120 movies and TV episodes. So I would like to welcome, with a huge honor and respect and a privilege from my side, to Mr. Eric Roberts. Welcome, Eric. Thank you so much for joining our show, and it's a great privilege to have you on at the moment, especially during these difficult times of the lockdowns and everything that we're going through.
Of course. Thanks for having me. This is so cool. Johannesburg. I love Johannesburg.
So you mentioned before we started chatting, or before we started recording, that you've actually been to South Africa, to different locations in South Africa. Tell us a little bit more about that, if you don't mind.
Well, in 1993, I made a movie called Free Fall.
Yeah.
And easy to find. It's a really cool movie, and it was all shot there. It was all shot in Johannesburg and just north of Johannesburg.
Welcome so much to the show.
That movie had, you should sit a little closer.
Okay.
Rutger Hauer, Karen Allen, who I did Animal House with. It had Connie Nielsen and Jeff Fahey. And it was just amazing. Natal was one of the places where we were.
Yep.
And we were there for a long time. That's when movies would take their time instead of being shot in 5 days.
Exactly. So this was 1993, yeah?
I'm sorry, Shane?
This was 1993, just as the apartheid era was getting wrapped up and moving over to the new world, as we call it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was it scary coming into that, or were you quite excited to be part of that transition?
Not at all. It was not scary at all. It was like I told you. It was the most gentle revolution I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Everything changed 180, but it was calm. It was kind. It was polite.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Yeah.
Were you there then?
I was definitely there. I think, if I remember correctly, I must have been about 13, 14 years old. So I was very young at the time. So yeah.
Actually, there just been Chris somebody. There just been a threat or assassination or something, and the reporting on CBS. Yeah. Say it again.
Chris Hani.
That's right.
That's right.
Because this was actually before the end of apartheid. That actually happened after we left.
Yeah.
But that happened, and CNN was reporting it very dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
And it was real. It was really, really crazy. So some people advised us not to go, and of course, as usual, when we got there, it was nothing like it sounded like on the news. It was just really one of the best experiences of our lives. And then my son, Keaton Simons, wrote his thesis paper for high school about the end of apartheid and stuff, because he's remained fascinated with South Africa. We have so many friends from there, and
Okay.
you know,
That's very interesting. And have you ever come back since?
we haven't, but he has. My son has, and many of our
Only
friends
Keaton.
have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been back. Avi Lerner and his brother Danny had a big film production company there.
Yeah.
I think they maybe still do, but they also opened one in Bulgaria and all over the place. So we ended up shooting other places. We've almost been back to South Africa many times.
So what happened, and why not?
Because the productions changed where they were shooting. We were disappointed.
That's a pity. Well, next time you do come, please let me know, and then we can obviously do a little bit of a road show and meet you face to face. That would be a brilliant honor as well. We are going to be bringing someone else to South Africa next year in 2021. I don't know if you know of Adrian Paul.
Of course.
Of course
You do know. Okay, yeah. So he's agreed to come and do a whole roadshow and a teaching of the sword experience that he does, which is something amazing as well. So, but it would be great to have you come do something similar, even if it's to teach people how to act, because I need that if we're going to be getting into the one day. But it would be a complete honor and a privilege as well. So who knows?
What fun! That'd be great. I'd love that.
We have a program called Working Actor, and we do master classes, and we would
really?
love to do it. That'd be fantastic.
Well, if we
Yeah.
can try arrange it, then let me know what you need from us, and we can definitely try put things in motion and see if that's a possibility. That'd be great.
Cool.
Okay. So, obviously, you've got family members, which we're going to get into just now because you've got a daughter and a stepson that you're very proud of. But I'd like to chat about that a little bit later. But before we do, we're going back in time to a movie called The King's Guard. Do you remember that movie?
I remember it being a period piece set in 1400 something.
That's correct, yes. And it was almost like a remake of the samurai or the typical king's musketeer kind of lifestyle. And you were the villain.
Swords.
All the swords. So you took the role of the villain called Augustin Talbot. And you were one of the King's Guard back in the time. Now, just to let you know, I actually had to rewatch this movie last night just to make sure I get all the facts correct. So I was doing a bit of homework last night. And I must say, it was a movie that was very comical for the goodies, if you want to call it that. But you played a very serious role of someone with a vendetta and a romantic thing to get what belonged to him, which was a princess. How do you relate to that kind of role? You know?
It's like being 8 years old again and having a fantasy of being a grown-up.
Okay.
And that's really all I do all day for a living is be a child imagining I'm not. And that's what I do for a living. And it's just great fun.
That would, in all honesty, I think that is the best kind of living that you could actually have, where all you're doing is just fantasizing all day and playing games, but getting paid for it, which is even better.
I recommend it to everyone living. It's a fantastic way to have life.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant. And then what was it like learning how to fight with a rapier, with the swords?
That's tricky because you have to have the proper form, or else all the guys who really do that won't watch you, and that's your audience. So you have to fool them. Yet, he can do that. Good. I'll watch this. And so it's very serious, and it's not a game. It's a presentation of that style. So it was hard, and it was fun, and it made me nervous.
Can you imagine?
See, Eric had done. He's a real horseback rider, so that helped. But he had done a movie prior to that called By the Sword,
With F. Murray Abraham,
which you would really like.
Okay, I'll definitely go watch that.
Yeah, with Chris Rydell and F. Murray Abraham. So he'd really done a lot of training, a lot of fencing training. It's all different, obviously. Yeah. But he'd really, really taken that seriously so that he could do most of it himself and not be doubled too often.
Yeah.
So, one kind of leads to another, and it's kind of, it's like a workout and a lesson, an education that you're paid for. It's pretty exciting.
Exactly. Why not? If not, why not? If you can keep doing those kind of things, just keep doing it. I'd love to be able to do what you do. But now you've also trained martial arts. What levels and what martial arts have you done?
Well, on the books, I've gotten to advanced green in Taekwondo.
Okay.
And absolutely nothing in jiu-jitsu, but I've been in the dojo with jiu-jitsu masters for 30 years. Okay. And I just know what I know. I'm not belted now.
Perfect.
He can take it really well.
Is it? So just a quick question. When did you start doing Taekwondo? Was it after Best of the Best, or was it before or much later?
The first time I was in a dojo for Taekwondo, I would have been 8 years old.
8 years old. So that was way before Best of the Best.
Oh.
Let's hope. 8 years old. Okay, no, that's brilliant. I've been training for about 21 years now. So I've gone up to my 5th Dan level, and it's opened doors like this. Speaking to you, it's been one of the doors that have been opened, and it's become a lifestyle, but it's at the same time a privilege and a hobby as well. So I'm trying to expand it into things like stunt coordination and possibly doing a stunt team, which is a brand new fledgling thing that we're doing. So if I could leech off you in any way, please let me know, and then I'll definitely leech off you. I won't bother you too much.
Remember, the answer to everything well is stretching everything.
Stretching. No, definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely is. I'll take that advice and definitely use that. We're going to go to best of the best shortly, but I'd like to know, what was your most memorable role and movie that you've actually been in?
Well, I've made so many movies and I've had so many experiences. I've got about half a dozen favorite experiences.
Yeah.
And they're favorite experiences for all different reasons. One because of a location, one because of a script, one because of a co-star, one because of a character. So they all have a different reason for being, oh yeah, that movie, oh yeah. But they would be King of the Gypsies, my first movie. Yep. Runaway Train, for which I got the Oscar nomination. Yep. It's My Party, which is truly the greatest performance by an actor I've seen in many years, by Gregory Harrison. Mm-hmm. Love Is a Gun, that I co-starred with my wife and Kelly Preston, and Final Analysis. So they're all real favorites of mine for completely different reasons. Yeah. And almost none of those reasons are about me. They're about the circumstance. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's funny how that works.
Well, I think that's the most it's good that you have someone doing your makeup and your hair even even right now. That's awesome. So just let's touch on that one at the moment. Your wife is also your manager, am I correct?
Yes, she is. Many years ago, I got a call from an agent's assistant about a whole bunch of projects they were turning down without ever telling me. So I asked her if she sent me a list of them, and she did. And I was very dismayed. So I fired the agency, and I came home that day and I said to her, "You're the boss." And she says, "I don't know if I can do this." I said, "Well, let's try." And she is my everything. She runs the show. She points and I follow. And it's fun, it's easy, it's at home, and I can complain, and she can tell me to shut up, and we're still friends.
That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. See, there's no politics within the work environment. At least it's just a home environment, which is
There's not. Yeah.
Well, same as my wife. My wife is. I always go to her with every suggestion, every plan, or anything, and she's my best critic, my best promoter at the same time. So having a wife that supports you, it's brilliant. So congratulations and well done, and keep it up. You're an inspiration to me.
We have a women's revolution that's happening as we speak.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is I've learned through my wife, not through her verbally, but through her actions. Women have ruled the world forever. We just pretend we do. So
which is very true.